59?
Yeah.
Would you want to correct it?
Yeah.
He might be on the phone or something.
You're not surprised.
When that happens.
Is Kellen here today?
And that was yesterday.
I wonder if he's gotten anybody
Fantasy basketball.
Fantasy golf, actually.
We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to the March 8th, 2018 meeting for the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Kevin Cook. I serve as the chair. Joining me today is Commissioner Shelley Bueller. Good morning. And Commissioner Bob Archer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam Clerk, our first item.
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
There are 6 items on the consent agenda. Are there any questions?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
There's a motion to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, we have vouchers totaling $1,191,819.72. The largest amount is with the holding accounts with Department of Revenue and Director of Vehicles for the state of Kansas, $532,713.30. Next is with the Sheriff's Office, $210,048.48, and this is a portion of the purchase of vehicles, and that was approved at year-end, and so we still have some other vehicles that will be coming to us before March 15th. And then third, subtotal for Parks and Recreation, $67,658.35, and that is out of the general fund. I do not have any questions. I'll move approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Bueller.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
All move for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B, Parks and Recreation, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-84-2018 with Topeka Premier Umpire Association, LLC, for training, assigning, and managing game officials for a fee of $6,000 annually, plus the per-game costs agreed to in Appendix A for an anticipated cost of $330,000 from the operations budget.
Good morning, Commissioner. Sean Osborne, Parks and Recreation. If you remember, we had asked to go out and solicit bids for this contract, and we did. The gentleman that I have with me is Darren Tolan, Derek Mead. They went through the contract, and we had one vendor that came through, which was Topeka Premier Umpire Association. We did do, if you remember, I said that we worked with the National Parks and Recreation Source or Forum to look at what other people have across the board and what they charge. And we came back with, in California, they were just a little higher than we are. And in Nevada, they were spot on to what we charge for softball and different sports that we have. So we're kind of right on pace with everybody else across. Be happy to answer any questions you might have. We did have within the contract in Appendix A, let me get to that. A couple of items that did go up were in the adult sports with soccer, flag football, and basketball. The youth sports stayed the same with what we had in the past with them.
Does this cover all of the baseball, softball that we have in Shawnee County for all the different leagues, or is...
Yes.
Okay. And then the $600,000, $628,000, $669 that you mentioned at the bottom of the memorandum is this after expenses revenue, or is this the total revenue, and then we would have other expenses?
Total revenue.
Okay. So we see about half of our revenue going to the umpires, and then the other half would go back into reinvestment, back into our general fund or into the Parks and Rec?
It goes back into the general fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Questions regarding the contract?
I have none.
I'll move for approval of the contract with Topeka Premier Umpire Association.
I second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item B2, consider approval of request to solicit bids for selective maintenance functions in 42 parks locations with funding from the department's operation budget.
Morning, Commissioners. John Boyd, Parks and Rec. We are asking for approval to go out for bid on some more park maintenance, carrying on with the program that we've started several years ago. We're reconfiguring them a little bit different this year to try and encourage smaller local companies to be able to compete. We just feel like before we maybe created too big a package and it limited our opportunities for different local vendors to be able to take on the job. Be happy to answer any questions.
Questions regarding this?
Well, if I understand it, you're packaging things together in the 60-acre parcels primarily?
Approximately, yeah, 60 to 80 acres.
Okay. Is the ultimate goal to privatize all maintenance of Parks and Rec facilities? Because it looks like that's where we're heading.
I don't know that maybe that would be a question for Mr. Knight.
I don't know if our ultimate goal is to privatize all of the maintenance, but we do want to go out for bid, and if we can do it less expensive in-house, then we'll do it less expensive in-house. But if we can go out and get the bid from the private sector, and it's less expensive to get it done there, we would do it that way, too. I could see us always needing a few maintenance personnel around to handle some things, but the vast majority of the stuff that's in these contracts is stuff that can be hired out to local businesses.
And what's the percentage of this for the total that we've maintained?
How many acres do we have left that we're maintaining?
Approximately 30% of our parks,
Okay.
approximately,
Okay, so this would represent 30%.
including the one that is currently under contract now.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Other questions regarding this? Okay. Well,
Move approval.
Motion for approval to go out for bid on these parcels by Commissioner Bueller.
I'll second, but as we do this, I'd like to see cost analysis. If we're going to privatize more, that it makes good financial sense for the county. So I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. I might note that as we've progressed, we've had some decrease in our labor costs and some of our maintenance costs and our upkeep of equipment, and so we've seen some shifting in that. And we have had some presentations in the past about some cost savings as the departments have talked about during the budget presentation.
We also haven't bought any maintenance equipment in almost 5 years, and one of the reasons we've done that is because of the maintenance contracts we've been going through. We've been able to reduce a lot of the intermittent staff that we've have. At some point in time, we have 3 shops, one in Gage Park, one in Lake Shawnee, and one on the Kansas River. All 3 of those need to either go away or be consolidated, and when we go to build a new some maintenance type shop or for storage facilities, the more that is privatized out, the smaller those buildings can all be too. But that's what we can put together for you, Commissioner, for your cost analysis.
Thank you. Thank you.
So motion made by Commissioner Bueller for approval, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item C, Public Works, number 1, consider approval of request to fill a vacant road maintenance position and any subsequent openings that may result upon filling of this position at an annual salary, including benefits, of $49,406.75.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Black with Public Works and Solid Waste. This is a Public Works item, and we have a gentleman that works for our road maintenance staff who's wife apparently is taking a job in central Kansas, so their family is going to be moving to central Kansas. So we would like to be able to fill that position and anything subsequent from that. We do have this position already funded in our 2018 budget, and so if there's any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Any questions regarding this?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item C2, consider approval to pay invoice from Buildex for purchase of lightweight aggregate material delivered in 2017 in an amount of $96,724.29 from the 2017 Public Works Road Maintenance Fund.
Commissioners, Tom Block again, Public Works and Solid Waste. This is a Public Works item, and if you may recall, back in November at a meeting here, we were notified that our Haydite supplier, Buildex, had some excess material of the material that we really like to use, and they were willing to sell it to us at last year's prices. And this commission had given us approval to do so. Our intent, and what was actually instructed, was that it was not supposed to be delivered until after January 1st, so we could pay for it out of the 2018 budget. Well, a portion of that got delivered back in December, and we were made aware of it. And since it was delivered in December, we need to pay for it out of our 2017 budget, which does not cause us an issue. It just basically reduces the excess carryover that we would have. So this request is just to officially ask that we be able to pay for those deliveries that were made in December from last year's budget. And I believe we have to do it through a process, and Ms. Greiner may have to describe a little bit better, but as a direct pay, whatever that means. So, but anyway, that's the request, is just that we be able to pay for it from last year's budget funds.
Any questions regarding this item?
So it's not a problem doing the accrual? Okay.
I'll move approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Bueller.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0.
All right, thank you.
Our next item.
Item D, corrections, number 1, consider approval of request to award bid to Jayhawk Fire Sprinkler Company, Inc. for fire sprinkler inspections and reduced rates for service and parts if needed to repair any discrepancies or failures, and authorization and execution of contract C-85-2018 for same, paid with annual budget funds.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eve Kendall, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. Before you have a request for approval of this contract. We've been doing work with them for a while, but you'll see that we went a little over the threshold last year, so we're formalizing our relationship with them. It has been approved through as far as legality and form through the County Counselor's Office. I'm here to answer any questions you might have.
Eve, is there a reason why the Department of Corrections bids out the sprinklers as opposed to having a county-wide bid for all of our county buildings for sprinklers?
Well, I can't speak for the rest of the county, sir. That might be something for someone else to answer, but we know that we don't have the expertise, and it is something that is required through the fire marshal service. We just had our fire marshal inspection earlier this week also. But I know that is something that we do need to do. We are life safety. We have a lot of people that we are responsible for. This just makes sure that we are able to do it in the most efficient way possible. We did have another company come and give us, we walked through with them, and they gave us a bid also. This was the most responsive. I can't answer why it's not a total county.
I think, I have no issue with the contract item today, but just as a thought moving forward, as we look at all the number of buildings and community centers and the law enforcement center that we have the portion in Public Works. So I see Betty at this.
Betty Greiner, Director of Administrative Services. I think that's an excellent idea, and we will look into that for the future.
All right. But any questions regarding this contract? I would move to adopt accept the bid for Jayhawk for the fire sprinkler inspections.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Item E, Court Administration, number 1, consider approval of request to purchase, for the purchase of court reporter furnishings in the amount of $26,680.09 from the remaining 2017 fiscal year funds and $6,686.40 from the 2018 fiscal year budget for a total of $30,366.49.
Good morning, Charles Heidovitz, District Court. As the clerk has indicated, we're asking to expend 2017 funds and a portion of our 2018 funds for court reporter furniture. All of this furniture comes off the state contract pricing.
Questions regarding this?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item E2, consider authorization and execution of contract C86-2018 with Infax for hardware and software support for the court's electronic docket boards for 3 years at a total of $4,500 from fiscal year 2018 funds.
Good morning, Charles Heidovitz, District Court. We have electronic dock boards that project all the information that goes on in the courts. This is a multi-year contract. Typically, the contract is $2,000 per year, but they've offered us a multi-year contract. As a result, we save $1,500 over the life of the contract, so we think that's in our best fiscal interest.
Questions regarding this?
No.
All right. I'll move to approve, or
Second.
consider, yes, I move to authorize an execution of the contract.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0.
Thank you very much.
Our next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
At this point, if there's any member of the public or department head that has any issues or to bring back before the county commissioners, you may do so.
Good morning, Charles Heidovitz, District Court, yet again. We would like to announce, in conjunction with the Bar Association and some other local folks, Expungement Day. That's going to take place on April 20th. And this is an opportunity for individuals who have certain qualifying criminal arrests, convictions, and diversions expunged through a very simplified process. This may assist in having folks remove barriers from employment or housing or some other issues. And these are only arrests that occur and convictions and diversions occur in Shawnee County that qualify for this particular program. Federal and municipal cases do not qualify. It's going to be held on April 20th from 9 to 3 at Ag Hall. We'll also then follow up 2 months later with the actual hearings on June 25 and 6, between 8:30 and 4:30, and we'll have 4 district judges hearing all of these particular cases. The TBA is also going to be holding some informal town halls, if you will, at the library, and the first one is on March 29th from 7 to 8:45, and then again on April 13th from 3 to 5. They'll both be held in room 101B at the library. So if anybody has any questions about whether they qualify, they should come to that, and we'll be able to guide them in the right direction.
Great. Just the more media that we can get out on this, the better. I think this is a great opportunity, and this falls into our workforce development and work labor force, and if we can remove some barriers for people to get employment, we should do everything to do so.
Yeah, the TBA is putting an announcement out today. It's already on our website.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Any other administrative communications this morning? Commissioner Archer, anything today?
No, not today. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Bueller,
I do
anything?
not. Thank you.
This weekend, we do have at the Expo Center state championship basketball tournament coming in for their finals on Saturday, so that I know that I'll be going down Saturday afternoon to deliver the award presentation to the 5A boys and girls state basketball championships, and so look forward to that. And we've got a couple local teams in the mix with Seaman for the boys and for Shawnee Heights for the girls. So good luck to all the teams this weekend. Our next item.
Item 6, Executive Session.
There is not a need for an executive session, so we are adjourned.